Good morrow, Articulturalists, and welcome back to another episode of Articulture with me, your host, Bray. And today, What?
That's a way to introduce
It was. I hope you liked it. Today, we're getting into the optominal spirit by, taking a look at one of my, hyperfixation bands, ATM, at the moment, Fleetwood Mac, and all of the drama and sounds and songs that I've been appreciating this past week. I've been doing all of my outfits this week have been inspired by Fleetwood Mac, and specifically their 1997 live album, The Dance, which is really good, and we'll get into that later. But first of all, if you don't know who Fleetwood Mac is, I guess maybe I'll tell you. They were originally a British rock band, blues rock band, that kind of morphed and formed into a British American rock band in the late 70s.
Yeah, 1974.
1974. Is that when Rumors came out?
No, Rumors was 77.
Rumors was 77. Okay. So they had a lot of change in their history. They had different sounds, different people in it. But the main group that you know, that your sister from Target has a t-shirt of, is going to be from 1977 with Mick Fleetwood as the drummer, Christine McVie doing vocals and keyboard, John McVie doing bass, and Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham serving as both songwriters, instrumentalists, and lead singers on select songs.
Lindsey Buckingham did a lot of instruments.
He did a lot. He was really talented. All of them are very talented.
A lot of Fleetwood Mac people did a lot of instruments.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing everything. They were doing every which way but loose.
Yes.
And also that is what they were doing. So their first breakout album that they first got super popular, especially in the United States for, was their title album, Fleetwood Mac. That was not in 1977, that was before.
That was 75.
75. And then the one that you know about and that you've probably heard a billion times, or at least heard tracks from a billion times, is the album titled Rumors, which fittingly is a song about how everyone in the band hates each other. They don't actually, but how they had strife and drama with each other, with including breakups, affairs, longing for other people, and just straight up cheating.
Yeah, Fleetwood Mac's one of the craziest bands of all time.
Really,
you'll have Stevie Nicks writing a song about how much she hates Lindsey Buckingham, and then having a part in it where Lindsey Buckingham has to harmonize with her about how much she hates him.
Yeah. And then the other way around, too. Lindsey Buckingham having a song that's about how she just wants to shack up all the time, and she has to also sing it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
And Mick Fleetwood's just in the back playing drums. And
he's just going crazy. Yeah. If you ever have never seen Fleetwood Mac live performances, please do yourself a favor and go research them, watch them, enjoy them, because they are some of the best pieces of live performance I've ever seen. Because you get at some points 2, some points 3 people being mad at each other at a time, and conveying that through music while they have to also play together and be a group and band that is coherently sounding.
And is also massively popular.
So you can't really you're in a point where you can't be horrible because you're literally the top band of all time. So you have that going on, and then you've also got just an amazing display of talent from both songwriting and music skills.
Yep.
Case in point is Mick Fleetwood being the absolute GOAT at the drums, but also being he just looks insane when he's playing the drums. I don't know what he's on, but I want some. because he's going ham. He's just getting into it, you know.
He's just like losing it.
He's losing his mind to the music and how good it is. And one of the specific performances that piqued my interest the most was in the live album, The Dance, where it was mostly like greatest hits. It was recorded in 1997, greatest hits that they'd have since, from like Rumors, Fleetwood Mac, Tusk, I think another album in there or two. And then they also had some new music done by each one of the writers, which I think is Christine, McVie, Stevie Nicks, Lindsey Buckingham were the three that wrote songs, correct?
I know Nicks and Buckingham wrote a lot of songs. It might be kind of like a Beatles situation.
It is a Beatles situation. Well, and I know that Christine McVie wrote You Make Loving Fun.
Yeah.
She wrote that. And then Lindsey Buckingham wrote the Lindsey Buckingham ones, Go Your Own Way, others, but that's the main one. And then Stevie Nicks, all the ones you know Stevie Nicks wrote.
Yeah, like Rhiannon, things like that.
Rhiannon, Dreams, Silver Springs, all of those. And if you've never seen the live performance of Silver Springs from the 1997 The Dance live album recording, go ahead and watch it, because you get an absolutely enthralling experience of Stevie Nicks performing haunting vocals of how she's like, you're basically gonna like, you're gonna regret what you did when we broke up, and you'll never get away from me, even though you tried to by breaking up with me. And that is literally crazy. So you have that. You have her singing this. You have Lindsey Buckingham, who she's talking about, playing an amazing guitar riff and then also singing back up to it. They lock eyes. They're looking at each other, and she's singing this song about him, like just dead staring him, and they're both just locked. And it's like, oh my gosh, one of the most epic things I have ever seen in my life, I think.
Well, and that's the 90s, right? That's kind of after all their personal
It's
drama,
after like everything is kind of
theoretically come and passed.
Yeah.
Like still like in the moment, like back in 1979 with all these things are happening. Like,
with all this like drama and just the feelings, and you can hear it in the vocals, you can see it in the performance, and it just makes it like all the more amazing. I think it's just like, I got obsessed with this, guys. I got absolutely obsessed with this because of that video, because of that performance, because it was so gripping of emotion and talent, just like smeared on the screen in front of you that you can't even deny it. And my theory is that going into October, we're thinking about curses, hexes, and witches, and spells. And Stevie Nicks did a hex on Lindsey Buckingham, basically.
Incredibly based.
That's what Silver Springs is. Silver Springs is a curse. It's a curse. And whether you believe in magic or not is not the point. It is literally a curse, because first of all, she's talking about how you will never get away from the sound of the woman that loves you, which true in real life, also true in like metatextually, culture-wise. He will always be linked to her. They will always be one and the same. Like, everyone will always link them in their brains. Also, whenever you play the song, he's singing on it. So he legitimately will never get away from the sound of the woman who loves him.
Yeah, in basically every sense you could possibly.
In every sense you could possibly imagine. And it's like, watching her perform that is like watching her cast a literal spell. And I know they time cast a spell on you so you won't forget me. True. Like, that's what's so... It's so like basic. I feel it's very basic, and that's why it's so good, because like it doesn't take a scholar to interpret all of this.
But there's something to that, like
exactly,
art that's like inherently accessible and like inherently understandable.
But it's also not like basic. It's not too basic to where it's like boring. It's very artfully written, but it just translates what it's about so well.
Well, and there's so much instrumental depth.
Oh, and the instrumentals don't even get me started. Oh, that's like half of it, low-key.
Yes. There's so much like instrumental depth, and there's so much story involved with the song, and then you listen to it, and it's like the biggest banger you've ever heard.
Yeah, and the Stevie Nicks' songwriting in particular of Dreams, Rhiannon, Silver Springs, all of these big hitters that we know, and also her solo stuff, which I love. I'm way more of a Stevie Nicks fan than I am a Fleetwood Mac fan, I will say. I think I like the reason I like Fleetwood Mac is because Stevie Nicks is in it.
That's very understandable.
Like I'm not listening to them before she was in it.
Well, and she had such a good solo career.
Yeah.
Such a long and prestigious solo career after her time in Fleetwood Mac. It's kind of hard to not go, well, is that just Stevie Nicks' band? I mean,
again, it is a sum of all of its parts, which my theory, I don't know, I haven't looked into. I bet there's a legitimate meaning behind the song The Chain.
It's the only one written by all 5 band members.
That's what I was thinking, because it's like them all being like, we will never break the chain, we will never break the band. Yeah. Like, we're staying together even though all of this...
It was the only one written by all 5 of them.
Okay.
Or the only one all 5 of the current band members, when it was released, had writing credits for.
Okay, that makes so much sense, because that is exactly what you feel in the song. Like, I don't even know all of the lyrics to it, but I know that that's what it's about, because the instrumentals... the sounds of their voice, like it just gives that. It gives that. And
something Fleetwood Mac is like really good at is getting you to understand what the song is about without even having to like listen to the lyrics, or you listen to them but you don't have to like understand them.
Yes, and I think that's kind of my point here. My big overarching point, and the reason that I have gotten so deep into it is because there's like such a talent and art of conveying a meaning before it's not like a Taylor Swift song. I'm not harping on Taylor Swift. Because her album just came out. I haven't listened to it, but
I haven't listened to it either.
So I don't know. It's just on the top of my head. It's relevant in the moment in 2025. That I feel like sometimes if I have to listen to a Taylor Swift song, I have to listen to it. I have to listen to the words. I have to listen to the lyrics. I have to read the lyrics. I have to be like, okay, this is what she meant. Like. And that's great, and I love it. Like, I'm a all too well 10-minute version. I'll watch it 5 times in a row. Like, let's make that clear. But there's like an extra of like amazing creativity and just power that is when you can listen to something and not have to analyze it to understand what its meaning is. It like touches you emotionally.
Yeah.
And that's just like...
especially a song like The Chain that like comes to such a peak.
Yes.
In the middle of the song.
Yes. It's like, just like, God, you feel it. You feel the like connection with all of the members. You understand that they are the chain. Mm-hmm. And it's poignant to put that on Rumors. That was on Rumors. Yeah.
I believe it was Rumors, yes.
Yeah. It's poignant to put it on there because the whole point of that album, like, it's just back and forth jabs between each other, which is a reason why it's called Rumors. But then The Chain is, like, the through line of, yeah, we do all of the stuff happens, but, like, we're making amazing music, and we, like, can't break up. We can't. Because we are having a good time making this music, even though we're having these tumultuous affairs and such that's going on. It's really the love of the music that really shines through when you're listening to either them speaking about it in interviews, them talking about their time in Fleetwood Mac, or just listening to the songs. Like, you completely understand that these people love the craft and the artistic expression of music.
Yeah.
And that's what's inherent. That's why I think they are such a, like, staple, long-standing band, even though they've had so much trouble. Yeah. That's the reason why they stay around or have, like, remained in our minds so much.
They're very culturally relevant.
So cultural. I mean, you could,
yeah. You don't even realize.
No, you don't even realize. There are so many there's, like, a famous TikTok video that happened, like, a few months ago, or a year, or a month or so ago. And it, like, is that guy, like, roller skating, or he's, like, skating in the park, and it's, like, Dreams is playing over it. Yes. Like, that was the whole thing. Like, it's still so relevant and is still topping charts to this day, which is insane to have songs that are still charting.
From like 1977.
From like 1977, because they're just so freaking good.
Well, it's like
boggles me.
I feel like TikTok has done something interesting where it has taken like sort of less, like definitely mainstream. I'm talking about Kate Bush here.
Yeah.
Mainstream, but like not as mainstream as some other people in her time.
Not as mainstream as Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Like for just an example.
And has just like resurrected Kate Bush's streaming numbers.
Yeah.
Just because she happened to be in an episode of Stranger Things, or Running Up That Hill happened to be in an episode of Stranger Things.
And I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love about the internet and about TikTok and all of this stuff is that if like a song is very prominent in pop culture that is kind of past its time, or maybe it has been a forgotten classic, it's so easy for it to be reshared, reposted, everyone's listening to it. Like that's so great. I love that.
Like, it happened to Kate Bush again with Army Dreamers.
Yeah.
Like if your music is very high quality and it's like accessible, like there's a chance TikTok will just like grab it.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of living in 2025. There's not a lot of beauties. We got to take what we can get.
Yeah.
And that's one of them. You know, in like either even before the internet or in the early stages of the internet, there were piles of music that I feel no one knew about, because people just made music and it was put on a CD, it was put on a cassette, or it was put on a vinyl and then put into a dump or burned because they just didn't need it.
And
or
like 15 people bought the album and no one's ever heard it.
No one's ever heard it. So like the time capsule that is Spotify or is online streaming music is like kind of great, and I think it's really, really cool that we have this database of every song that everyone's ever made, because it becomes the time capsule for what may not have been popular in the moment but may have been maybe secretly genius, or an amazing song that no one really saw because it wasn't famous, and maybe they get famous later and it comes back. Like, I love that.
Well, it's done wonders for like underground and less popular music being able to break into the mainstream. Yeah,
I just absolutely love it. And the relevance of Fleetwood Mac culturally, I mean, Daisy Jones and the Six was an amazing TV show that came out, not based on Fleetwood Mac specifically, but the vibes of a band in the 70s that's like rock and has turmoil in their group members. Yeah. That's kind of this kind of like, not stereotype, but archetype that has spawned from their popularity, I feel. And I think it's a very interesting one, and it's something that grabs me. There is something about bands that I enjoy so much. I love the dynamics of a band. I love that there's so many people contributing to one thing and they all acknowledge that they're all a part of it. That's something that I think we are robbed of in this current day and age of solo artists, because that is such a not a real term. You can't be a solo artist if you're huge. Like, Taylor Swift is a solo artist, but isn't, because she has to have music behind the words that she's saying, and there has to be people playing that music. Now, it makes them more easy to commercialize and to play venues, because you really only have to be on the good sides of one person. You don't have to worry about, oh my God, are they having an affair? Or this person over here? Is this person over here? Are they happy with each other? You don't have to worry about that. So I see the benefit of having solo artists and the kind of, like...
You also don't have to get 4 to 7 people to commit a year of their life to recording an album.
Yes, which is difficult. But, by God, is it far more, like... It just makes my heart feel good. I like it. I like seeing people, like, work together. Guys, I love the power of teamwork. I love the power of friendship and teamwork. It's so nice. And really, it's exemplified in a band situation. And I realized this all started with, I was watching, going back to All Too Well. All Too Well 10-minute version, love that song. I cried to it. I love it. I just think it's an amazing use of storytelling and like personal songwriting, which is so universally connective to so many people. But I watched her perform it on SNL. She performed the whole 10 minutes on SNL.
That's crazy.
Right, and it shows you how big of an artist she is because they let her do full 10 minutes on
like a 10-minute like very like personal
thing
on SNL.
Yeah, where it's usually like 3 minutes the musical.
Yeah. You're lucky if you get one song.
Yeah, you might get you'll get one song, you'll get 2 songs, but
if you're like a very big artist, you'll get like 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah, it varies the musical guest, but it's crazy that they let her do that, which is wild, and just shows you how famous she is. But my point being that watching that, she is, and again, I understand why it's framed like this. I understand that it conveys more personality, not as in having a personality, but personality as in personhood. It gets you to that one-to-one level because it's such a personal song that she's talking about. She's in the center of the stage, the light is on her, and it's just her with her guitar, and she's singing. But then you look in the back, in the periphery, in the dark, and there's a whole band behind there.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of people who are contributing to the music of this song, and I find it just a little... I mean, they're okay with it because they're still making money. It's not like they're not, but... I don't know, I miss that when you could have a whole band be like, okay, there's the drummer, there's the guitarist, oh, there's the backup vocalist, and we know them, they all know each other, and they're making music together, which still does happen, obviously. Like, I think, isn't Imagine Dragons like that, or something like that?
They're a band, yeah.
They're a band.
That's one of the things I can say about them.
They are a band, but, that's one of the things. But... And then you look at, like, all these pop artists, which I know pop artists have never historically been bands, but...
Well, but they have, like, to a degree.
They have, to a degree. If you saw Chapel Roan, she has a band.
Yeah.
But her brand is Chapel Roan.
That's her.
It's her. And I wish, in another universe, that she was just... It was, like, her band.
Yeah.
Making music and songs and everything. It's just aesthetically, I like it better. And I just think it... gives so much more dimensionality to the performances. And
well, I think it also can like color your music interestingly if you are in a band, and then go on to have a solo career, like Stevie Nicks or any of the Beatles,
exactly. I think it creates such more of a canon for people to explore, and they can like you from one thing, they can like you from another thing, or whatever. I think that's kind of gone. It's just really hard to deal with, I guess. I think is the problem. It's hard to deal with. There's a lot of people. You have to get everyone on the same page. Not historically like strong. Many bands break up because there's turmoil and stuff like that, as did Fleetwood Mac for a time.
It's a miracle Fleetwood Mac stayed together in the same form for as long as they did.
Yeah, I mean, they broke up for a little bit, but then they came back together and still did some stuff. They were still doing things until like 2018 when Lindsey Buckingham left.
I think Christine McVie
passed away.
Yeah,
and then that's kind of the actual end of the... That when she passed away, that was like, they were like, okay, this is the actual end of the band because it's not complete anymore.
Well, and they've had like 1 million members.
Lately,
but like
coming in and out.
That core 5 you talked about, once they are like fully away from music or like obviously dead, there's kind of no coming back to it. Yeah,
and I think that is the magic of it.
Yeah,
that's the magic, the finality, and the that it doesn't go on forever. Like when these people are dead, they will never be back. The band won't.
It's over.
It's over. Like that's what I like. I think that's what attracts me to it, because it's not like, oh, as long as I'm alive, I'll be playing my music if I'm one person, or I don't know. You recreate things, covers and everything, but they have such a unique style, sound, and relationship that it just fills me with adoration and wonder. I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated. I'm enchanted. If I will take a note from Stevie Nicks' book, I'm enchanted by them. And also culturally impactful of the style that they portrayed. They had immense amounts of this kind of boho, I don't know if I can say gypsy chic is going on here.
Lindsey Buckingham's hair,
that guy was huge.
Yes.
Huge.
Massive.
I wish.
Stevie Nicks' like entire everything about her.
Yeah.
Like, it still influences the fashion of white women to this day.
It influences me today.
Exactly.
Look at me, white woman. I mean, it's, you go down to Round Top, that's all they're doing.
Exactly.
They're all doing Stevie Nicks cosplay.
I saw a billboard for the people in Round Top.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all of you look like Stevie Nicks.
All of you look like Stevie Nicks. And I love that. I love the style that she cultivated, the band cultivated. I mean, they all had this kind of offbeat, like, bohemian, but bohemian not as in like Coachella bohemian as in the original intention of the word, or in the original intention of the aesthetic, where it's not this like I bought a cape that's sewn from Shein and I put like a headdress on. It's not that. It's like actual like loose ties, flowy white shirts, like weird off-cut jackets, things hanging. Flow is a very big part of it, and also like thrifting items that don't traditionally go together is also kind of part of it. And I'm very attracted to that style, and the fact that they all had their own style, but they all were in the same style.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
Like in the same genre.
They're in the same genre. They look like they belong together, but they don't all look the same.
When you look at like Christine McVie,
and
Stevie Nicks, clearly kind of influenced in similar ways,
mm-hmm.
but have come to different endpoints of their fashion.
Yeah, Christine McVie's very much more like a blazer and a button-up shirt, and like kind of more structured on the top. She'll do like a little skirt or pants and have like a wild haircut, but she's very much has that like kind of like shouldered rocky kind of aspect, whereas Stevie Nicks is way more wanting to do this dramatic, flowy, witchy sense, but they both come from the same source, and I think that's incredible. And you even get that through the male band members, especially with Mick Fleetwood. He has some crazy outfits going on, like his eyes, his
ties, his eyes, both of them. Does he have eyes?
He's got at least one.
Well, let's find out.
I don't know what direction, I don't know which one's the right one, but he's going for something, and he's always got some kind of crazy twist on a usual, pants and jacket and vest. He loves a vest.
He's always got something going on.
He's always got something going on, and Lindsey Buckingham, of course, with his hair and his super deep V and like jumpsuits and like platform sandals? Question mark?
Are they like the Japanese ones?
I know. I looked through many images of Lindsey Buckingham in group photos, and he has the like bell-bottom pants on, and Stevie Nicks also has the bell-bottom pants on. She has platforms and she has platformed high heels on. His feet are the same level, like they're the same off the ground. He has a block underneath his foot, but he's wearing sandals. It's something I have never seen before.
Oh, that's some freak stuff.
Do you see that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like a block sandal he's like a platform sandal that he has on. It's crazy.
Oh my god, I see this exact picture.
Yeah. And it's like, it's not, you can tell it's not a heel, it's not a boot. It could be a heel, but it's not like a regular, it's not, he doesn't have a sandal on. He's got platforms.
They're like full platforms.
It's insane. And I was like, I want some.
I'm looking at a picture of Stevie Nicks with like platform boots on.
Yeah.
And Lindsey Buckingham, the giant hair.
It's absolutely ginormous.
It's ridiculous. And he's wearing like full on platforms.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
They were eating. They were serving. and we were gagging. Like, it was, like, I don't know. I'm saying like a lot today, so I apologize, but I'm utterly, I just love when people do things they do things that they want to do to the best way that it is meant to be done. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like, they execute what they want to do to the nth degree of, like, perfection. And that's commendable. That's so admirable. And they're not really swayed by input-output genre.
To steal a term from the youth, they're in it for the love of the game.
They're in it for the love of the game, and they all are still in it, except for the ones that are dead, are still in it for the love of the game.
Yeah.
And
like, Mick Fleetwood's going to be losing his mind on the drums until he dies.
He will, and I don't think I see that much passion in many people who I see, like, younger artists that you see come up. Because these, okay, also, here's another point I wanted to make. The amount of hell that these women had to go through to get to where they are today is astronomical. Astronomical. The way that these girls now, not saying that this to shade them at all, the girls are great. I'm glad they don't have to be treated horribly as much anymore. I'm sure they are still treated not the best, but, you know, I don't think Sabrina Carpenter is being, you know, chastised or reprimanded for the things she does in her label situation. I mean, she may have, but
I mean, maybe by some people.
Maybe by some people, but not to the extent of just the amount of, and I'm trying not to curse here because
yeah, the amount of things
that especially Christine McVie and Stevie Nicks had to go through to be, like, rock stars of their era is like World War II. And then nowadays they've got BB guns playing in the backyard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a level of fortitude that I don't think a lot of people have anymore.
You have to really love music.
You have to absolutely love what you do and love what you're creating and are a master at it to get to the level that these people got to at the time that they did it.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Especially in the 70s.
Like,
they
didn't have SoundCloud. They didn't have TikTok.
You have to have a major label sign up to, like, for you to make music.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Unless you want exactly 3 people to hear it.
Exactly. And you had to play club, another club, airplane, another club. Like, you had to go tour, be relevant, go to places where people were seeing concerts.
Yes.
And open for people. Like, you had to be on your grind stuff.
Yeah, like, today, we kind of talked about this a little earlier. You can, like, just have a random out-of-the-blue mega hit.
Yeah.
That just completely breaks the internet.
And you know what? That's lovely.
That's fair.
I'm not shading it, but I'm saying that the disparity of difference of difficulty and intenseness, and when I say intenseness, I mean physical intenseness.
Well, like, the bar for entry is so much higher.
So much higher to get in.
Yeah.
So much harder to. You had to consistently be performing. And you couldn't just get out a song. Like, yes, there was the radio, but you had to keep doing live performances in concerts where people could see you, where, you know, recording artists could see you, other people could, like, really get a sense for who you were as a band or as a sound. You had to grind.
Even more so if you were not a white band.
Even more so if you were not a white guy. Now, Fleetwood Mac has the benefit of having a few white men in it, but, I mean, originally Stevie Nicks wasn't even going to be in the band.
Yeah.
It was Lindsey Buckingham who they wanted.
Yeah, Mick Fleetwood was, like, holding tryouts, and, like, Lindsey Buckingham just showed up and played guitar.
And he loved it.
Yeah, and Mick Fleetwood was like, hey, you want to be in my band? And Lindsey Buckingham's like, only if my weird girlfriend can be in the
Only if my weird girlfriend Stevie Nicks can come with me. We're a package deal.
Yeah.
Best decision Mick Fleetwood could have ever made.
Probably the best choice he's ever made.
The best choice he's ever made was to be like, all right, your girlfriend can come too. Yeah.
Turns out Stevie Nicks might have been the best songwriter in the whole group.
In my opinion, she was.
Yeah.
My opinion. I love the other one's songs, but I think hers have some sort of
Well, it speaks
effect.
to the level of the other ones that we could like have a conversation about it.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like what? Like I mean, yeah, we can talk about "You Make Lovin' Fun."
Yeah.
But it's a good song. But I'm not here to have a dissertation about it.
Yes.
I'm having a dissertation about Dreams.
Yes.
I'm having a dissertation about Silver Springs.
But
Like
Gold Dust Woman.
Gold Dust Woman. Like
Yeah.
it's otherworldly, and I don't know who gave her these powers, who she like.
Did she like steal them from like the fairies or something?
The fairies. She was a fairy. She is a
Could have been
fairy. I mean,
Stevie
crazy.
could be one of the fae.
I believe it. I believe it.
She certainly is ethereal enough.
Yeah, and it's this like, again, it's also, this is my fall music. Fleetwood Mac is my fall music because it has this ethereal quality to it, and I feel like in the seasons of the autumnal time, it is a, let's say, gateway season where, you know, the lines between reality and fantasy blur a bit, and we get, you know, maybe a portal opening up here and there. The curtain that separates our world from the other world lifts a tiny smidge. Or maybe, you know, kind of if we have a whole bunch of tulle, we've removed like half of it, and you can kind of see through it a little bit. And I think that's really what a lot of Stevie Nicks' songs feel like. It feels like I'm looking through the veil. I'm hearing something from another universe, another dimension that I was not previously aware of, but that I'm listening to now.
The lines of reality are getting a little blurry.
And to have that, like, that being your sound,
what's incredible,
is like crazy. How do you write poetry in such a way and put music behind it in a way that just absolutely smack dabs everything you could go on? It's an insane principle that we have.
It's very crazy. Like, as a band.
Yeah. To just make me feel like I'm not in the same place that I was when I first started listening to the music.
Or that I'm like outside of reality for a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. I think they really...
It's like one of the best qualities of music.
Yes! And it's addictive. And it's like, I can never listen to it once ever again.
Yeah.
But when I listen to it, I feel like I did when I listened to it for the first time.
Yes. That like there's something about albums and moments in like artists or bands' careers where they like hit that.
Mm-hmm.
And Fleetwood Mac like hit it like 3 times.
They hit it 3 times. And taking it back to the live album, The Dance. The Dance is a communion with the spirit world. I believe this to be so. Because
summoning something.
Because getting together for the first time since the 80s when they broke up officially.
Like
87. And then
they get back for
97.
97, I believe.
Yeah. And then 97 they do The Dance.
They do a tour as well.
And it's like, after learning about all of this, delving into their sound, listening to the original album, and then going and listening to The Dance, it feels like they have they're pushing towards their final crescendo. I mean, it's absolutely magical the way that they have this huge stage and this big giant centerpiece in the middle, but at the end of the day, it's just them and the music and the instruments and their voices. And they bring down the house. And everybody in that dang crowd is living for them. Because they're like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing Fleetwood Mac live, doing their greatest hits, doing new music. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Man, live music's so cool.
It really is, and I never really got into live music as a, like, person who ingests music, just because, like, I like how it sounds in the studio recording. So sometimes when I watch live performances, I'm like, oh, why is it that doesn't sound right? But when you get over that, when you grow up and you appreciate music for what it is,
Well, I think there's something to like a live performance,
Mm-hmm.
like performance as a part of music.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and I think that is what's very, it's very exemplified in this live album, because part of the magic of them getting back together is seeing them interact with each other on stage,
Yeah.
having those emotions with each other, being in the same place where you have prior knowledge of what happened, and you can, even if you didn't have prior knowledge of what happened, you can understand it through their physicality, through how they're interacting with each other, through how they're singing, through the emotions that you hear in the voice. Like, it's...
Yeah, there's if you just sort of know nothing about them and you go to a Fleetwood Mac show,
you get it.
Yeah, like you're just in it now. Like, you understand at least part of what happened.
Yeah, you'd understand it. I didn't have to read a textbook. I didn't have to watch a YouTube video. I mean, I did watch a YouTube video, but I didn't have to watch a YouTube video that explained how Jake Gyllenhaal and Taylor Swift had a affair, not an affair, but a romance that ended, and all the reasons why it ended. Like, I didn't have to listen to that to understand what was going on, and that is something I am very much a fan of. I'm a fan of things where I don't have to do research to enjoy it and to understand it, because the whole... And I struggle a bit from this myself. So imagine calling the pot calling the kettle black here, but when you can be shorter and convey your message simply, it is so much more effective than a 50-minute video about King of the Hill.
Yeah. I mean, is it?
I mean, you get entertainment. It's really the entertainment you're here for. But if I was trying to give you information that was real and effective, it would be more effective if it's shorter and it gets to the point.
I suppose. Well,
in a song, artistically, in a song and such like this.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a point to length sometimes. There's a point to, like, amount of information that's in a performance.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're not strangers to, like, 8-minute songs. I think Tusk is, like, 7 minutes long.
Yeah, Tusk is 7 minutes. I mean, they're long, but in a sense of I don't need to do any other research.
Yeah.
I don't have to go in with prior knowledge. I can going in with prior knowledge makes it more impactful, but you'll get impact from it without knowing anything.
Yeah.
I think you understand. You watch it and you understand, because they're so good at what they do and the music is so transcendent. You're going to have a good experience either way.
Yeah. But even then, I think with something like Fleetwood Mac, that's so fleeting.
Definitely.
And it's so, like, hard to, like, grasp that it's kind of like a one-time thing almost, because once you've experienced it, you have the prior knowledge.
Exactly.
And that's sort of like I feel that way about a lot of music. The first time you listen to it is never going to be the same as the second time you listen to it. No.
And that sucks.
It does really.
Because I wish I could go back to... There's so many things I wish I could go back and experience for the first time again.
Yes.
And you never... But that's also why it's so great.
Yeah.
Because you can't experience it that way again. To be so far off topic, that's how I felt about Breath of the Wild.
You know what? I feel like that's kind of on topic. Because
it's kind of on topic.
Because Breath of the Wild, like, once you explore Breath of the Wild for the first time...
You can't unexplore it.
Yeah, you know what's in it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the same way about, like, Kendrick Lamar albums.
Yeah.
Like, if I could go back and listen to Pimp a Butterfly for the first time, I would.
Mm-hmm. But it's just it's an amazing experience, because, like, that's why, again, this is, like, I'm going on a tangent a smidge.
It's fine.
But that's why Tears of the Kingdom isn't as fun. Because there's different elements, there's new places, but the majority of where I'm going to be at, I've already explored. That was made in the first place to be explored. So when I explored it for the first time, I was doing what it was meant to do. I come back the second time and I'm like, oh, well, I already did this. which is fine. It's still great, and yes, there's new elements, but it's not as impactful as the first time, and is why I didn't finish it.
Well, I think we ultimately hit like the problem with like sequels.
Yeah.
Because
well,
at least in the Breath of the Wild example with the sequel. But I think what I'm trying to get at is that same like fleeting once ever type thing you can't really grasp. A lot of times, if a sequel is more of the same, it's not going to capture that. Mm-hmm. Even though I think Tears of the Kingdom is a very good video game.
Oh, it is.
It's very fun.
Yeah, I just didn't get as invested as I did with Breath of the Wild because half of the experience I've already had. And I think if you put someone who hadn't played it before, I think it would be a much better game. Yeah. If they hadn't played Breath of the Wild and they just played Tears of the Kingdom, I think it would be I think it would probably be a better game than Breath of the Wild. Because there's far more elements to it. There's more areas. There's more things to do. But you also have the exploratory aspect of it that Breath of the Wild hinges on. Yeah. So that's a completely kind of separate thing, but kind of in the same realm of for the first time listening. Yeah.
When Breath of the Wild is such an interesting sort of bring in to this. Mm-hmm. It's such an interesting thing to bring up because I understand exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
And Breath of the Wild and some games like it are so singular.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so viscerally interesting.
Yeah, I will never forget the first time I played it.
Yeah.
I will never forget on the Wii U.
You're one of 3 people who played Breath of the Wild all the way through.
Played Breath of the Wild on the gamepad.
Dude,
y'all were playing it on the Switch. I was playing it on the gamepad.
Wii U, dude. Shout out to Wii U.
Shout out to Wii U gamepad.
Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart 8. Dude. I mean, hell yeah. I just. So the point of this is that Fleetwood Mac and Breath of the Wild are the same thing. Fundamentally, Silver Springs and Breath of the Wild are the same experience, but in different forms.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't disagree.
I think Stevie Nicks would like Breath of the Wild.
I think if she played video games...
There's fairies in it.
Yeah.
There's magic. There's spells.
You can put hexes on people.
There's demons. There's big hair.
There is very large
There is hair. Big hair. So, I mean...
In several senses of the word big.
Yes. And there's a band.
There is a band.
Not really, but kind of.
Well, debatably.
Yeah, there's a band. There's a band of people together. 2 of them, if you count the originals.
True.
The ancient ones. So it's kind of it's a little bit of a reference there, I think. I think Breath of the Wild was referencing Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
I think what's his name?
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
John Breath of the Wild.
John Breath of the Wild.
What's his name? Let me find out his name.
No, the guy who made Zelda.
Wasn't in Breath of the Wild?
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Oh,
Shigeru Miyamoto was inspired by Fleetwood Mac to make Breath of the Wild. I mean, he didn't make Breath of the Wild, but he definitely was involved in it.
Hidemaru Fujibayashi made Breath of the Wild.
And he was listening to the dance as he made it. And you have there's a lot of wind instruments too. Ocarina.
That was Miyamoto.
I think Fleetwood Mac should have had an ocarina in it. I think Stevie Nicks should have played an ocarina and done a the song of time and really made a really great performance out of it. And would have gone back in time to before they broke up and made them not break up. Or made them break up more because it would make better music.
I mean, you could certainly have a conversation. If we gave Stevie Nicks time travel, would she or would she not join Fleetwood Mac?
Oh, she would. But she wouldn't change anything. No, she wouldn't change anything. It worked out really well for her. Maybe really not the cocaine use, but...
Well, I mean, that kind of come with being a rock star in the 70s.
Yeah, true.
If you were a very popular musician from 1970 to 1995 and you weren't doing cocaine, what
were you doing?
Yeah, or some other drug.
Who were you?
You'd be doing heroin too, but... Yeah.
They had to keep on those... They had to keep up...
Yeah. You got to keep touring.
And... these people tour nowadays, but I feel like it's just different because your music can reach people automatically without having to physically play it in front of them.
Yes. And if you've heard, like...
I don't have to go to a Sabrina Carpenter concert to be a fan and to know, like, all the words to one of the songs.
But if you're like my parents in the 80s and you've heard, like, one Fleetwood Mac album and you go to the show...
Yeah.
You're going to have a new experience because you're going to hear music you haven't heard before.
Exactly. And you're like... Whoa, I get to hear it now, like, with all of these people. It's really, okay, again...
You get to have two singular experiences at the same time.
Two singular experiences at the same time, and also you get to do a ritual.
You do.
Music is ritual. Music is ritualistic. I think Stevie Nicks was onto something when she started putting spells on people through music, because that's exactly what music was made for.
Historically, that's extremely correct. I think, like, if we go back and we look at, like, people's, like, oral histories and things, all of it's music.
It's music. It's dancing.
Yes.
Getting together in a group dancing.
Yes.
It's all very primal to us, which is why I think concerts are so transcendent. You can have a transcendent experience at a concert.
Well, there's something about, like the human experience.
Yeah, it's, like, built into our
that you, like,
brain.
don't, like, fully comprehend until you do something like that.
You don't, and I have not been to many. I'm not a person who goes to many concerts because I don't. There's not a lot of people who I would want to go see.
Yeah.
But the ones that I have been to have been absolutely amazing experiences that have, like, changed my perception of reality.
Well, dude, my favorites are, like, in a random nightclub with 200 people.
Yeah.
Going to a show for an artist that has, like, 30,000 listeners on Spotify.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so disappointed. I didn't go see Frost Children because stuff didn't line up.
Frost Children.
What? Frost Children?
You know Frost Children.
Frost Children.
You know that classic
like
band.
Niche indie hyperpop band of two massive weirdos. Who
of course.
You don't know anything about.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Well,
They made a song about speedrunning Sonic the Hedgehog.
To reflect that.
To reflect that, my experience was, do you know who Remy Wolf is? I do know who Remy Wolf is.
I went to a Remy Wolf concert.
Oh, that's sick.
In Red Rocks.
That's really sick.
During a full moon.
That's really sick.
Now that was a ritual. I had a ritual there. I did a ritual. When we're singing, everyone's singing at the same time, and you see the full moon above you, and you're, like, dancing, like, outside, an outside concert. That's where you get you're connected to the spirit world. I think I was connected to the spirit world at that time.
You're, like, saying ritual, like, semi-sarcastically, but, like, actually...
I'm not. I'm saying it seriously.
You did.
It's literally a ritual.
Yes, you literally did do a ritual.
Like, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being facetious when I say ritual. I'm saying ritual as in literally it is a ritual.
Textbook definition, almost, of a ritual.
Yeah. We were getting together, and we were dancing and singing, and all on the same wavelength, and I think that kind of opens up some sort of spiritual thing for you. I don't know, whatever you think it is. I mean, that's the reason why, evangelical giant mega churches work, because you're all experiencing the same thing at one time, so you're going to have this magnetic energy that, I don't know what it is. I'm not saying it's one thing or the other, but some people could say it's one thing over the other thing, and it could dig you deeper into some, There
are people who grow up doing that, and then, like, they get out of it, or they fade out of it, or they stop going, or whatever, and then, like, in their 20s later, they go to a concert, and they're like, wow. This
is exactly what that was.
Exactly. This is just live music. Like,
this is just what live music with other people is.
And obviously not to disparage, like, religious music.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it can be interpreted in many different ways.
It can, yes.
And let's just leave it at that.
Yes.
Let's just leave it at that.
Let's just leave it there.
Yeah.
You have a favorite album? I'm assuming you're gonna go Rumors.
Of Fleetwood Mac? Yeah, I would say Rumors. Although Tango in the Night is a close second. I really like Little Lies or whatever. I think that's a really, really great song. And then
I would go probably
Everywhere.
Rumors, Tusk.
Tusk is good. Tusk is really good.
Tusk is really good.
Sisters of the Moon.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You like the whole USC marching band on the title track?
Yes. Oh my God. Actually, that is another, like, religious experience.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Marching bands.
Dude, marching bands are sick.
When you get a really good marching band, you're like, oh
yeah.
All these people making music, a symphony.
Yes.
in the same vein. Like,
well, you ever seen like a Broadway show with like an orchestra pit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's like
crazy.
insane. That's why musicals also touch people so much.
I saw Hadestown on Broadway.
That's a good one to see.
Really good
on Broadway. Yeah.
That show is incredible.
And that's why I think it's weird when people are like, "Ew, musicals? I don't like musicals." And it's like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? I want to know your definition of musical.
Have you seen live theater?
Have you seen live theater? Have you been to a live performance? Have you like had any joy and whimsy in your life whatsoever? Like, have you? And if you haven't, then just say that. You know, instead of saying that musicals are bad, just say you haven't had whimsy in your life.
Yeah.
Just admit it, because you haven't.
It'll
You haven't
more
had
productive.
an ounce of whimsy in your life if you're dunking on a Broadway show. Because, God, you need to get a grip on reality and grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a big problem. It's a big problem that you hate things. Let people like things.
Let people have fun.
Let people have fun and stop hating on people.
Cringe culture is dead.
Cringe culture is dead, and it wasn't a thing in the first place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's get out of that.
It exists in your head and nowhere else.
Yeah, it's because you're scared to look like you're having fun.
Yeah.
It's because you're embarrassed of what you like.
You're like afraid of being secure in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. So, you know, we might leave that one there. Yeah. We might leave this here, and I'll leave you with this. Time casts a spell on you, so you won't forget me. Period. Internalize it, think about it, and get back to me. Have a good day, and we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.